Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna jump into a trade review, okay, from a trade of yesterday's live session. I do think it's one of the best trades to show you guys how order flow works, how I look at stuff in the order flow, how I look at bigger players versus smaller players and stuff like this. We even have an iceberg order in it with absorption. We have pretty much everything you want in order flow just in one trade, okay? So basically it's two trades. So this video is gonna be a little bit longer, okay? I know it's probably not the best for the YouTube algorithms to have long videos like this, but I do think you really get a lot out of it, especially if you are an order flow trader or if you're new to order flow, want to understand it a little bit. You do get a lot out of this video, okay? So it's a little bit a longer one. You gotta stay and watch it if you like. If not, it's also fine. Just doing my thing here. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned, okay? You'll definitely learn, I promise that. And yeah, let's jump right in. So first, I always kind of look before I jump right back in. Does it make sense to see along here, okay? And it does because of a little bit a bigger time frame view, okay? Like we had a move here, so we had this move here, then we had consolidation, and then we had another leg down, okay? Which is about the same size, okay? So it was a move to move, also two moves, okay, same size. So now the question is, do we see continuation and another leg, or do we see a short retracement, at least back up here for the volume zone, maybe even a break higher, okay? So, but this was a very point of interest here in the lows at around 30, okay, for me, to be honest. Pretty much we already had three moves if you consider the pre-market move as well. So here, okay, here, they all been the same size. So of course we could continue lower, but we could also come back up a little bit, okay? So either way, here is like 30 is a good place to maybe long, because you have a very tiny risk, okay? Because you know you're wrong when this breaks to the downside, or you have a good reward because you get either up to here, or eventually, if it might be the bottom, even higher, okay? So let's jump right back in. So I'm looking at this at 30, or in the 30 area if it wants to hold. What I'm looking at here is the lows, and I would want to see it puke down and immediately reclaim, okay, the 30s, which it didn't. Now we're still in the 30s, and we still see, if you look on the tape here, big sellers commit, and we don't see it backtick, okay? We see big sellers hitting into the lows. The offer B is strong, it's not backticking, so it's going offers hitting, absorbing here, offers hitting, absorbing here, offers hitting, absorbing here, okay? This looked like it's going lower. But then something interesting happened for the first time here. So we're staying here in the 29s. And really what should happen now is we should see it fall, okay? We should really see it fall. There were a lot of big sellers coming in, okay? But we're kind of not picking up the speed or pace here, okay? So that indicates to me again, okay, maybe this break wasn't real after all, because if so much size hits, it usually should go a little bit faster, okay? If you look also on the last couple of times it went faster, okay? And now something interesting happened. So I'm gonna stop the video here, okay? Now you see on the times and sales, okay? And I even pointed out in the live stream and in the video as well. So you see around 100 to 300, around 400 lots hit at the exact same time, okay? And you see it 718, so you see it here, they hit, okay? With all the other mid-size in combination, it's almost 1,000 contracts got offered here. But they all got absorbed and we backticked even, okay? So that's like a change of pace. If you see hitting almost 1,000 contracts at once, and you see the price going the other way, and also with the context from earlier, this maybe being a low, and here like it's not offering down in there if there is so much volume, okay? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're all stuck now, okay? So I'm really wanting to long here. Now we see big buyers come in, okay? So now for the first time, really, we see maybe there were some buyers here and there, but now we see after this, okay, after this, immediately big buyers come in, okay? So this tells me, okay, they got filled here on their limit contracts, okay, or took profit and were short earlier, whatever, and now they're even marketing in, okay? So they wanna get their position in, okay, here. My thought process. Then I also see me, okay, I'm long in this. I'm trying to get a long fill here, getting my long fill, moving my stop very close in here. Why? Okay, because I don't need space on this stop. Okay, usually I like to give it a little bit of space, just in case we puke down. Okay, very often we puke down and immediately reclaim, and I don't want to get stopped out on this puke down. Okay. So usually I give it space, and if this puke down is on institutional volume, okay, then I'm exiting my trade, try to exit at break even on the retest or close to break even, okay, if I'm wrong. But I don't want to get stopped out by puke, that's why I give it a little bit more space. But here, I don't need that space because we already had this puke, okay, we already had more than 1,000 contracts hit here, but they only ticked it 2 ticks, and then we saw big buyers come in. So actually we really don't want this to come below here, or the idea is completely wrong, okay? You shouldn't see another puke here. You should just see this pretty much go. Now the buyers have all the confirmation they need, in my opinion, and they should really start coming in, okay? So they have the information now, okay, they held the level, and they need to, if this wants to be a bottom or a little reversal at least, they have all the confirmation now, in my opinion. So they really need to step in now and come in and commit, and this trade should really just go, to be honest. At least here, this low noted area, if you see this, you should see them pretty much reclaim 30 and hold above 30, and then go maybe for the highs here, okay? But let's see what happens. But we don't really see them come in, okay? So we see them fall back in, okay? We're still trading them below 30. We also see them, the offer still being very thick here in the low volume area. We do see buyers hitting the 30, okay? It's still, the trade is okay, I'd say. But here the offer's pulling, okay, the trade is okay for now. But I really want to see it go. It shouldn't take that long for me, to be honest. Now even more big buying, okay? And that's now telling me, okay, I don't like this trade so much anymore, okay? Because here we saw more big buying come in, okay? But we couldn't break this low volume node here at 30, okay? So 30 was a low volume node, the top of the range here, and top of this micro range bell curve here. And we saw them hit it, okay? We saw them hit it big. They had a lot of backup on the limit side here, probably a lot of sellers stuck. But yeah, they still couldn't break it, okay? So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, this really shouldn't come that far against me at this point. Now you also hear me say on the stream, okay, this really should go now, I'm out. So I'm giving it one more try, okay? I really need to see this, but then again, especially this here, okay? It cleared 2950 on just 26 contracts, okay? If this would be the bottom, you shouldn't see it like clear an entire level on 26 contracts, okay? This is just too little. The order book, the limit order should be thicker here if they want to rip this. So I'm starting to dislike this trade, okay? We see them trade here some size below. So at this point, I'm thinking, I might be wrong here, and I'm trying to get out here. But I'm still keeping my contacts, okay? I'm still thinking, okay, we might still have a long opportunity close by here. But I'm not confident in this trade anymore, and that's why I got out, okay? So now you hear me explain it a little bit in stream. Um, you see me hear me again say it in the stream, like this looks like a bottom to me. It really does look like a bottom, but I just lost a little bit of confidence in the trade. Maybe I could have kept it on, okay? But remember, you can always re-enter a trade, okay? If you don't like it, you can cut it. You should cut it if you don't like the trade. You can always re-enter, okay? So I'm still waiting for, at this point, you see me repeat it. This looks like a juicy long. This looks like a good long. This looks like a good long, okay? And the one thing I was kinda, I also talked about it in the stream. The one thing that was kinda telling me I don't really want to long this here is because the overnight low. So this is also in the volume profile is also including the overnight low, okay? It was just around 26.75, and usually when the overnight low is so close, like to take out the overnight low or high, okay? They like to take it out before going in the other direction, okay? And so I really would need to risk basically to 25 or something, because if they want to take it out, and so I need to see some real good sign to enter this trade. Again, you see me more and more big buyers. Okay, so we have buyers really interested here. And now you see me here again. Okay, the overnight low is so close. That's the thing that was like keeping me out of this trade, really. So we're still waiting here. Now you see something, okay? Now this was telling me, okay, now I'm like, I got additional confirmation here. I really want to long, okay? Because here what happens is, like you see, look at the size that hit here, okay? You see, just, I don't know, like 1,200 contracts hit at once, okay, the 29s, and they all just got absorbed, okay? So usually if you see like again, like above 1,000 contracts hit the low of a price, it should puke, okay? Especially if this buyers here are buyers being stuck, okay? They should puke, but it's not. They're still willing to fill more, okay? Now we see the break of the low, okay? So now we see the absorption here break, but you see 3,000 contracts, almost 4,000 contracts traded within not even a second, okay? And we see it break this, let's say, iceberg order, okay? And it was on big volume, so big volume hit here. They tried to hit here, okay? They hit even lower, okay? But it's just not going, okay? Now I'm watching it. I'm still not entering long here because it could also be, okay, all this, let's say, this buyers here, okay, so the sellers hit, okay, and they could have more on the offer to offer here, limit stuff like this, and push it down here and just keep all this buyers stuck. But also pretty much getting in my favor here, okay? But then when we trade above this, okay, so we traded here, okay, now we're back here in the 29s, and we don't see them hit it again hard, okay? If they're willing to hit hard down here, if they're willing to hit hard here, okay, and now if they get a retest, okay, they should hit again, okay, so they really should hit, okay, if they want to get this lower, they really should hit, but they're not, okay, so I'm trying to get a fill here. I really want the fill actually at 29, because even if I'm wrong here in the 29s and I see this breakdown, if you have like such a big volume node here, either direction, usually you see price at least go back to it once and then get out. So this is like, if you're looking at the poker analogy, this is like pocket aces pretty much, and this is like kings, for example, okay? Because here you can easily get out of break even. You can also put your stop later on if you want to hold this a bit. You can put your stop here at 29, and it really, or just one tick below 29, it really should come back to it or below it, okay? Here you might get stopped out at break even. Now you see it break higher. Okay, now you see it. Okay, this long is on. Okay, this long is on. Um, Now I'm saying also I'm willing to get filled on both contracts here, because I do think this is really an A plus setup with all the context that has built up right now. I really like this trade. I really like this setup, and I'm wanting one, okay, for a small scalp profit, and then one for a little bit of a run. Okay, so I'm hoping to get filled here. Thankfully get filled. The other contract traded just one price. Okay, that's also a good sign. So this area here, this 29s, okay, which was a very point of interest here. Only one contract got traded here and immediately went bid again. Okay, so like it went here and immediately got bid up again. Okay, just one contract here traded. So even more like more context to say, okay, this is a good long here. Still leaving it on, hope to get filled. Now we see some very small size. You see this lack of volume here, okay? It's very interesting, okay? You see not much people willing to sell into the 29s here. We see one contract and you see 4 and then 64, okay? There's pretty much no volume interested anymore in selling the 29s, which is once again another point of confirmation that I'm actually right here. Now you see a little bit more, so yeah, it's kind of getting scary. I do move my stop here like one tick. I don't know why. I think exactly here because at this point I was really confident in this trade, okay, and I wanted to give it the risk of the overnight low, just in case all those people stuck here want to do one puke to get out of their positions, but maybe shouldn't have done it. Maybe should have actually moved my stop closer in hindsight now. So I was maybe too confident in this trade, but it's what it is. Okay, so I maybe should have moved it a little bit closer instead of giving it this one more tick of a room. But yeah. So many sellers stuck here. Now you see me here repeated and repeated and again. So many sellers stuck. So many sellers stuck. Okay, so a lot of people stuck here. Really, the bid is just strong here on the limit side. Okay, they're absorbing everything. They're immediately going if the offers are bidding into them and immediately going back. So shut. Also, the time spent on each side is also something kind of important. So just to keep this in mind. So now you see more volume come in. Okay, reclaiming the 30s. Okay, so the low volume node from earlier. Now I'm taking one contract off. Okay, probably shouldn't have, but at this point, I don't know. I just saw big sellers come back in. Okay, we were at this low node. Okay, we only saw a 37/0 here in the volume zone. Okay, we saw like here 300 contracts traded. We see pulling on the bid. Okay, so I'm taking at least some profits here. Okay, more big sellers come in. Okay, so I'm saying okay, fine. I took my scalp profit, okay, which is fine here in this low node. If I'm right, okay, on this trade, it really shouldn't pull back to the 29s again. It should just go, okay. It should break this low node here, and especially maybe if you look at those bell curves, okay, so that's what I'm looking at always on the bell curves. You can see it traded to the top of this bell curve, but you shouldn't see it trade below the middle, which is 29.50. Maybe hit it once, but not really trade below it, and especially not to the bottom of this bell curve again, because then this bell curve is accepted once again, and this is not probably not breaking, especially not in that downtrend. Okay, so I'm moving my stop to break even. That's also what I talked about earlier. Why 29 is for me an A plus hand, because I can move my stop to break even at this point, and 29, 25 is only kings, because if you move it to break even here, you might get stopped out and still be right on the trade, or you pretty much can't move it to break even at this point. I'm moving my take profit just in case this really goes, okay? This could at this point just go, okay? So I wanna move my take profit in order this just flies. Now this is what I mean, okay? It can pull back to the 2950s, so the middle of this bear curve, but it can't break 2950, okay? And that's why it's so important to have this entry at 29s, okay? So now we're waiting here. We saw it pull back to 2550, but immediately reclaim 2030s. We see some big buying here, okay? So now we're at this this low noded area again. Now it really should break, okay? You see it here in the stream. You should see some buyers come in. You should see it trading and accepting this bell curve here. Or I'm just wrong or probably out. You see more big buyers come in, okay? Big buyers are coming in. More big buyers. You hear me see it repeatedly on the stream, okay? But they are kind of struggling, okay? That's also not the best sign, okay? So with so many sellers being stuck here in the lows, okay, and so many buyers come in, this should move faster, okay? So if this is a bottom, that's at least for my feel and to my opinion, okay? If this is a bottom, this really should go a little bit faster, okay? So I'm getting a little bit less confident in this trade, in case to be a bottom, and it might just be a pullback, okay? Now you see a little bit more absorption on the offer as well, so the limit side on the offer is getting stronger here as well. You do see still big buyers really willing to commit here. So I'm still staying in this trade, but you see me already hovering around the exit button in the 31s because of the huge absorption here. So we're in the middle of this bell curve, okay? We haven't traded through this bell curve to the top, okay? And in the middle of the bell curve, we see the huge absorption on the offer, okay? Even though big buyers are hitting, they can't really break it. But you don't want to go against the big buyers either. So, and we do see a strong bid here as well. So I'm still staying in this trade for now. In case we break low, I'm out, okay? But I'm staying in it for now. It immediately reclaims, okay? Now we see it break, okay, trade above. And now you have all these sellers who sold the middle of this bell curve here also being stuck, okay? And you gotta remember, these are small sellers, okay? Most of them, or maybe like also could be big sellers as well, but you didn't see like big volume, okay, at least hit here. So it was just limited sellers here at this point. I really want to see this break now, or just also you see me say I really want to see it break now. I'm pulling this trade. You hear me say it on the stream. I really want to see it break, or I'm out. Can we break it? We do see big buyers come in. Okay, we can. But the fact that it's just not ripping, now it's ripping a bit, okay? Now you see me also say this is how I like, okay? The fact when we broke, we should see it rip, okay? There are so many sellers stuck here, okay? So if the buyers break this, it should rip, okay? It should just go a little bit faster. Now in the 3250s, it's still going, but now we fall back in, okay? Now we fall back in and something changed. For the first time, we saw some here, but also again some here, okay? So we do see like some bigger sellers come in, okay? And they also like really get this price down, okay? So for me now, I'm not really that confident in this trade anymore because once again, this should go, okay? So with so many sellers being stuck here, this should really go, okay? And when you see the sellers hit, it shouldn't pull back like 4 ticks at once, okay, with one order. The bid should be stronger and it should go more. So that's why I put this trade here. Pulling it, okay. Now I'm like doubting myself a bit, saying I probably should hold it, but I'm just lost a little bit of confidence in this trade. So yeah, I pulled it. Um, you see me reviewing it a little bit in the things, but it's fine. Okay, so it was a good trade. That's how I look to find a bottom. Okay, just a very good example, I think, in my opinion, a little bit to give you like a little bit of understanding of order flow. It's a really good example of where players getting stuck and stuff like this. Okay, and limit and offer side, I think it is a good example trade to show you guys some how I kind of look at the market, okay, and how I kind of trade. Once again, like yesterday was a mess. Okay, I was up over 10 points. It was up over $400 each. So on each account, I do use trade copy. Okay, and then I pissed it all away, gave it all back. Okay, because I got too confident. Like the emotional side of me kicked in, so I finished the trade very bad. The day very bad. So I overtraded. I made a lot of mistakes. It is what it is. It is what happens. Okay, no mean I'm not cherry picking this trade like to show I'm such a good trader or something like this. I just cherry picking this trade because I think it's a very good trade, which explains a lot of the stuff that's going on and working in order flow on an example. Okay, I think it really is a very good example. With it has some absorption, it has everything. This trade has everything I kind of look for in order flow, and I think you might get something out of it and can learn something out of it. But obviously, like I said, I'm always 100% transparent here. This is not a cherry pick trade. I'm not winning every trade. I'm not pretending to be winning any trade. I'm not pretending to be better than anyone or something else, okay? I'm just trying to get better than myself every day, like 1% better every day. That's my mentality, my mindset, okay? I do want to get better every day. I want to learn from my mistakes. I want to improve as a trader, and that's what it's all about. It's about your journey, your personal journey. Don't compare yourself to anyone. It doesn't make sense. Only compare yourself to yourself, okay? You're the one you gotta compete with every day. Take some points of thought of the market. Keep your mind at the right place. Tune into my live stream if you like it. Do stream every day, the US Open, okay? I hope you found some you got something out of this video, okay? I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, leave a like, okay? Really do appreciate it. I really start to like YouTube more and more. I really love to share my thoughts with you guys because also it helps myself a lot, okay? It helps me self-reflect, look at trades, be responsible for my mistakes, okay? Just if you put it all out there and you're transparent, you gotta take the responsibility, okay? You can't put it somewhere else. And that's what's YouTube helping me with for the most. And I do really enjoy it, okay? Trading can be pretty lonely, but I hope we find a community. I'm very active in the FatCat Discord chat channel. I do have made some my own as well, but I think if you're looking for order flow content, especially, check out FatCat's YouTube channel. He's amazing. He has so much good content. He's way better trader than I am, and his community is great. There are many good traders in his Discord. Okay, it's really not. He's also not selling anything or something like this. He's like really a genuinely nice guy who likes to help out people. Okay, and yeah, maybe I want to do. I also want to help out people. Okay, but it's also for my personal interest because once again, I get something out of reviewing these trades. Anyways, if you guys liked it, leave a comment, leave a like. See you in today's live stream if you want to tune in, and see you guys tomorrow in my next video. Out.